What's going on? It's Fist, bringing it to you like I do from my mom's basement. Come on, seriously. Nah, it's the only quiet place I could get in the house to do this video. Um, we're in the process of moving to a brand new build. I love this place, but I wasn't gonna work on it. I don't know. Long story. Anyway, it's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm gonna give you my first impressions on Black Ops 3. Now, this is all subject to change, meaning David Vonderhaar and his crew of people and developers can change whatever they want and make the game different than what it is. My first impressions of Black Ops 3 is that it's majestic. I know it's a shocker. I never really have anything good to say about Call of Duty games, but there is more done in this game than any other Call of Duty for people like myself. The little nuggets that you could discover in this game are make you feel good. I don't know what the word is for it. I wouldn't say awesome, but I would say something like fine and interesting and creative and surprising. So I want to touch base on some of the things that you're going to notice difference in this Black Ops 3 game that you're not going to hear from the Ollie A's and the T Martins and all the other, Jack in the Box Call of Duty fanboys who get paid by Activision. I'm not saying they get paid, but they get the videos and the information first and everything like that. This is coming from somebody who's been here like 10 times longer than anybody. So what I could tell you is if you're an old Call of Duty fan, this is the game that you appreciate. Now, like I said, whether or not Vaughn changes this game or whatever he does, hopefully, they took 3 years to develop this game. And I thought 3 years to develop the maps, the colors. I said, okay, that's all they probably really focused on. And the other part of what I'm saying is that let's just hope Vaughn doesn't go overboard listening to social media. I think he learned his lessons from Black Ops 2. And everything that, and I'm not saying it was just me, there's probably other people that were saying the same thing I was saying. But everything I felt that I have said in previous, I would sit there and week in and week out and send him, Alex Conserva, Dan Bunning at Treyarch, and I felt like I was being ignored, and it just really pissed me off. And like I said, it probably just isn't me, but that's just the way I took it. I'm like, hey, you should be listening to me. Like, who am I? I'm nobody. I get it. But I think I represent what every other person out there feels and wants to say, but it's not going to take the time to go on social media. You got families, you're working, and these are the things that, here's the way that you could win at this game is if you're a casual. Is it that you could come home and play this game and find little things that you're like, aha, that reminds me of the old Call of Duty. If you're a real Call of Duty, if you've been playing this game like I have, like a really long time, then you're going to start to notice things. Like, for instance, they got rid of the dolphin dive, which was terrible. You couldn't shoot using the dolphin dive. Now, let's talk about between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. The huge improvement for just enjoying the game. First of all, there's no skill-based matchmaking. Let's hope they don't bring that back. I love that there's no skill-based matchmaking. It puts me right into a game that is close within my region. Thank you. No skill-based matchmaking. If I wanted to be a pro player, I would go on tour, play with cliquish groups, and that's it. Just thank you for just setting that aside and out of my face. Let's just hope that David Vonderhaar and Treyarch doesn't, get inundated with crybaby esports and snipers talking about changing the game. It took 3 years to develop it. Most times when developers develop the game in 3 years and they test it internally with their testers, they got it right. And for the most part, when you play the beta, if you're a real Call of Duty fan, you will notice that 99% of it, I would say 98% of it is right. I mean, we're talking on the verge of catching lightning in a bottle. That's why I said, I didn't say it in the beginning of my video, it was lightning in a bottle. I'm saying it's majestic. That's like the next level of being lightning in a bottle. It's that close to being lightning in a bottle. And it's that fragile that if Von goes off on a tangent and starts changing the game, it's gonna kill something special that you can see in beta. Now I've played it for 2 days. I didn't get to play it last night. It was gonna be the next evolution, 3 days in, and I'm gonna explain it to you. And probably, and maybe my next video, it might change. I don't know what they'll do to the game. But as it stands after 2 days playing it, I'm telling you, it's majestic. And being that it's majestic, you know, from Black Ops 2 to Black Ops 3, the dolphin dive was gone. It was ridiculously terrible. I told Von for like day one, when it came out on a trailer, don't put that in the game. Now they put in a slide where you could slide and you could turn, you could slide. And it's basically, it replaces running and then going into like a drop shot and shooting somebody. Now, the awesome part is that it used to be 60 frames or more from standing to prone. Now you can drop shot instantaneously. But you cannot slide and then go into a drop shot. You can't do that. So you have to slide, stop. But in the slide, your reticle shrinks, and so it's perfect. So it's just like drop shotting, but it's more like you're in prone and you're sliding and you're reticle. So it's kind of weird. It's almost it's in a different. You look different. You're sliding, but you can shoot while you slide, and you could be in. So it's basically a prone position, and you're sliding forward. It's almost like you're sliding on your stomach, in the perspective of first person. So I mean, I love it because I love drop shotting. So I think it's awesome. You know, I was like, oh my goodness. Now everything is awesome in this game. You know, you can circumvent camping in so many ways. And I'm going to have tons of videos to explain how you can be creative. You can literally, it doesn't matter how many Allier and T. Martin and Ridiculous Drifter videos, I mean, not Ridiculous Drifter video, but you know what I'm talking about. Those same three guys feeding the Call of Duty community with information. There's literally tons of information now that you can create your own style and then represent and give it out there to the community. I mean, you're going to see those waves when, like, you know, T. Martin or Allier see somebody and they jack their style and they put it on their video, and then you have tons of people playing that style. But then, you know, if you play everything in beta and you test everything, you'll be able to counter those what do you call them, easy mode styles, whatever. You know, obviously they're going to pick the easiest one. And I love the parity in the weapons. I mean, there's so much range between the weapons and the way you can design them that there really isn't a weapon that's sticking out right now. And then moving back to some of the small things that make a huge difference in this game. Flinching is perfect in this game, and you won't figure this out until you understand that there's stock to move side to side, and it's not like Ghost where you could just move like this side to side and shoot. When you don't have a stock and you're aiming down the sights, your guy moves really slow side to side. But when you do get a stock, it's just a little bit, it's just enough that if you get into a fight, you could move out of flinching and win the fight. And people are saying on Twitter, oh, Vana, you know, it's for whoever shoots first wins the fight, and it's because of flinching. That's the most retardedest thing ever. You have to look beyond the inside of building your weapon and your character to overcome that. That's what's great about Call. It's always been great about Call of Duty. And I think and it goes back to when I sent Von videos. You're shooting a sniper and he's flinching back and he still gets a shot off. I mean, you have to really be good as a sniper now. You just can't be a cheesy sniper. You have to be able to get out of that flinch animation to snipe somebody, and there's no aim assist for snipers. So the fact that there's no aim assist, I mean, if you're a badass sniper, then there should be no excuse. If you can't pull it off, then you just suck, and you shouldn't be a sniper. So that whole thing, I'm glad that Von, you gave him the snipers. There's still one-shot kills, but you got to earn it now. And at least now the weapons are viable. You're not going to get caught in Black Ops 2. If a sniper seen you, you were dead. You couldn't drop shot. You couldn't dolphin dive. You couldn't get out of the way. And the reason being is because the time to kill was uneven. It took more bullets for an SMG assault rifle to kill a sniper versus a sniper. No matter what, it's still one-shot kill. Please do not mess with time to kill. Time to kill is the balance between one-shot kill weapons and SMGs and shotguns. If you start changing time to kill, that's going to make the snipers overpowered. It's going to make one-shot weapons overpowered. It's going to be nothing but snipers, Sparrow. I mean, it's going to be just garbage. So you cannot mess with time to kill. You just can't do it. You can't mess with time to kill. You can't mess with the flinch animation. What was the other retarded thing I seen on Twitter? Somebody said something about flinch animation, time to kill, and I forgot there was another important one that I tweeted out to David Vonderhaar. Don't mess with those three things. Just, I don't know, look at my Twitter. I tweeted out that I'm going to do tons more videos. All I could say is this. The game, even though Von, he took elements from a lot of games, like Titanfall, Halo. I mean, Halo took from Destiny. It's in that game. You can jump, and your animation, you could turn, you could jump, you could wall run, but it's not too much. It's not annoying. It's not you want to throw up. It's disgusting. It's annoying. The point is that it has the Black Ops 2 head glitching areas. Yes, they are there, but things like specialists and wall running and being able to maneuver and non-lethals all negate any camping areas. I think it's awesome that those things are in there to counter. And I'm not going to give them away in this video. You guys need to go out and figure these things out. The depth of this game is there. And there is going to be so much stuff. Like, I thought, like, okay, you're going to see all this stuff on YouTube. This game is going to be vanilla. You see all the videos from T. Martin, Allier just killed the game. Nobody was going to discover anything. Von's done a really good job. He's done a great job at listening initially to all the casual gamers out there. I think this game is incredibly balanced in the beta. I don't think it needs, the only thing that needs to be changed is specials that have multiple kill targets, multiple ammo, Sparrow, pistol, lightning gun. Those things are, I think those things, because you can regenerate them so fast with certain perks, they're overpowered because they're one-shot kills, and that's because you could spend a perk on it. You could sit there and camp it. You don't have to do anything to earn it. You're just running around and moving and stuff. Like, you can run in a circle and your meter goes up. I don't think you should. I think those should be either toned down in damage. Like the Sparrow, you can shoot the Sparrow all the way across the map. I don't know any bow that can shoot across the map that hits you in your toe and you die. I just don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, there's some stuff in the game that needs to be tweaked. So David Von Haar, if you're listening, one, the Sparrow, they need to either cut those amount that you have like down to 2. I mean, come on, let's think about it. You get a specialist. Every other specialist is a one-time use, but the specialists on these, you get 4 arrows. You get tons of grenades with a grenade launcher. You get tons of electricity shocker thingies, and then you got that super pistol. I mean, I think those things should be toned down to 2 shots because you can regenerate those specialties. You're gonna see that's got to be controlled because there's just too much going on. The game, it develops. The game itself, when you're playing it, develops slower, which is awesome because you can set up strategies in Black Ops 3. It's like Black Ops 2. I love that. But when you start throwing in those specials and people are sitting there going, choo, 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 blah, 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 you can't even see the arrows or where they're coming from, or you're getting explosions and you don't know if the explosions are an arrow or what. There's no defining sound in the arrow, especially the Sparrow arrow. The sound needs to change so you at least know and you can differentiate if somebody's on a Sparrow attack or something. So there's something's got to be done about these specials. Especially Sparrow. You don't know if somebody's shooting a grenade. You don't know if you don't know what's going on. If somebody's throwing C4 or mines or what's going on. It's just all of a sudden you just see like this boop, boop, and you blow up. And you're like, what happened? And you look at your kill cam. It's like, I didn't even see him. So that is like the 2% I was talking about earlier in the video. The Sparrow needs to be. I don't want to say nerf, but it needs just to be something needs to be done. It's just too much, The other thing, what was I gonna say? I mean, that's really it. I mean, I think the only problem with the game, only thing I have an issue with is the specialists who have multiple ammo that are powerful one-shot kills. Can be a headache. So, and then that's it really. I think everything in this game is great. I think I'm definitely going to be posting videos on this game. I think there's tons of information that's out there that these vanilla YouTube commentators don't care to cover. So, I mean, I feel, because I always love Call of Duty, this is the way I feel about it, and that's what I'm going to do for you guys. I mean, there's so much there. I think the old Call of Duty players are going to love this game. I think the younger generation, I mean, I really don't care what they think. I mean, all I want to do is spin around 360 sniper. I need to be in phase. I got to be somebody. I mean, I don't really, I think this game is, I think Vaughn is already been through the cycle of understanding he can't, there is a certain limit where, okay, I've already did everything for those guys. I've already given them the retarded snipers, the retarded, all other stuff. And I think he's going through a phase with esports. Like, I think the end of the line's come with esports too. They're just giving them everything they've already wanted. And I think this is, I mean, finally coming back to the casual community, the people who spend the money on the game, who constantly, I mean, we're talking, this game, I mean, I don't know if people can grasp it as far as, I don't know if Call of Duty's too far gone for people to come back, but I definitely, as beta stands now in its current build and day 2 is a buy. I definitely say it's a buy. I think there's tons of playtime online where you can develop your character and your weapons and your setups and your style. The style is the most amazing thing, especially when you use specialists. There's certain characters who are you, and that's how you play. For instance, I use glitch. I'm a glitch player. I like to run in, commando. I like to come in like Rambo, and sometimes I get into a situation that's, oops, I messed up, and it's like glitch out of there, and I'm like, woo! And it's so funny because they're sitting there and they're following the blue streak to where he went. You're already behind him shooting him. So every character is different. Some people like using the pistol, some use a sparrow, some use like gravity spikes. Gravity spikes are badass too. So, um, and I'm thinking about some awesome combos I tweeted out on YouTube or Twitter. But yeah, I'm really excited about how to develop my characters. I wish I had the time that I've wasted on Advanced Warfare and Ghost and Modern Warfare 3. I wish I could have that time to play this game. If you have that time to play this game, you are in for a treat. If you missed Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, this game is in its own generation and circle of remember when Black Ops 3 came out. I don't know how close you can come to catching lightning in a bottle. As it stands right now, when you look at the beta, the only thing that I'm afraid of is that, the amount of crying that's going to go on from esports pro players who will change the weapon stats and it just kill this game. Because I love the fact that every weapon has a potential to be great. Just don't mess with it. That's it. If you're a pro player, you should be able to play with everything. Shouldn't be any excuses. I mean, anyway, it's a cliquish group of 40 people anyhow. They don't represent the total amount of people who play this game. And therefore, I don't care what they say. They shouldn't have any influence on this game. I hope Vaughn uses his brain with some discretion and not ruin this game for the rest of the community. I mean, finally, he's done a lot of work in this game that I can see the little things that you won't understand. And I'll cover them on every video. If you went back and looked at all my Black Ops 2 videos, that game was a fucking headache nightmare. I hated that game. I mean, that game pissed everybody off. It was ridiculous. And that was developed by Hastro and his little fucking esports clan of people. That game was pissed people off in the casual community. So this game looks like they took that information and they balanced it out. And it was growing pains. I get it. I understand. And maybe I was a little too harsh on Vaughn. But that's because I have passion for the game. It was never personal. I love that guy. Slap him on his little head. Good job, buddy. Keep up the good work. Please, please don't change the game. I mean, it's pretty close to being nice, majestic. I wouldn't say lightning in the bottle because, you don't have a new engine. It doesn't look like Unreal 4. I mean, you don't have a new graphics. I mean, it's not that wow factor. If you had this game with Unreal 4 engine, it would be lightning in a bottle. But I'm giving you the next best thing. It's not an A+. It's about an AA-, majestic. And that's in beta form. Just don't change nothing. We can handle it. Anyways, till next time, Boy Fist. Peace. I'm about to stream.